If you had asked fans a month ago about Somi, the answer probably would have been something like Somi has disappeared from the scene. However, we can be so sure now because out of nowhere, back-to-back announcements shocked fans when she revealed her official fandom name, Somonchi. A brand new official lightstick of fan meetings in Korea and Japan were announced within hours. It felt like a dream come true for Somi's fans. However, the reactions were mixed. While some were happy, others couldn't help but wonder, was this all just a smokescreen? A sudden surge of activity to distract from the glaring lack of music? Was Somi's career really on the upswing, or was there more going on behind the scenes? Because the thing is, Jeon Somi was once supposed to be the golden girl of K-pop. So when she made the bold move to leave JYP Entertainment in 2018 and sign with the black label, Teddy Park's label, yes, the same one behind Blackpink, fans felt that it was the beginning of something huge. But what happened after? Well, it's been one of the most frustrating and confusing stories in K-pop. Somi's journey was marked by missed opportunities, long silences, and a whole lot of unanswered questions. Somi, who has been in the K-pop spotlight since her teenage years, still seems like she hasn't even realized half of her potential. She won Produce 101, debuted as IOI's center, and launched her solo career under one of the industry's most talked about labels. Yet after nearly 6 years, she's only released 19 songs. Let that sink in. 19 songs in 6 years. That's barely over 3 songs a year. The reason that is actually shocking and heartbreaking for her fans is because Somi's solo career started with a bang. Her debut single, Birthday, in 2019 was the moment. Fans were excited to see the nation's center finally break out as a solo artist under the black label. It seemed like the world was her stage. But then came XOXO in 2021, a full album, sure, but with only 8 tracks, 3 of which had already been released earlier. Fast forward to 2023 and we get Game Plan, a solid mini album, and then nothing. A couple of digital singles here and there, but nothing substantial. It's almost hard to believe when you think about the potential she had. Somi could have been in ITZY. She trained alongside TWICE. She had everything in place to dominate the scene. But instead, she took a different path, leaving JYP and striking out solo under the black label. And while other black label artists like Rose, Taeyang, and even newer names like Miao and Isna are picking up momentum with albums and comebacks, Somi was still waiting. When IOI disbanded in early 2017, Jeon Somi found herself stuck in a strange limbo. No music, no debut, and no clear direction. For 2 years, fans waited, but nothing came. Then in 2019, she finally re-debuted under the black label, and at first, things looked promising. Somi herself said she had no regrets about leaving JYP. She liked the black label's vibe. But as the years passed, it became painfully clear something was off. To understand why, we have to rewind a bit. Somi's journey in K-pop didn't start with Produce 101. It started even earlier on 16, the survival show that created TWICE. She didn't make the final lineup.
Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy.
But she didn't disappear either. In 2016, she joined Produce 101, crushed the competition, and debuted as the center of IOI. So when IOI disbanded, everyone assumed she debuted in JYP's next girl group, which would eventually become ITZY. She trained with them. She was seen hanging out with them. Everything pointed to that path until suddenly, in 2018, she left the company. In an interview on Turkids on the blog, Somi finally explained that after IOI, I wasn't active for a long time, and that somehow landed me in YG. So when the black label offered her a spot, she took it. Even though she would be the only female idol there and there were no other trainees, she went solo by default. And while some fans think she might be regretting leaving JYP after how slowly her career seems to be moving and how it looks like the black label is holding her back, she has confirmed that that's not the case and she loves her team. She's treated well and she's genuinely happy with her agency. But not everyone is convinced, and with good reason. Because on one hand is Somi, who often speaks warmly about her label mates at the black label, describing it as a supportive environment, especially when it comes to artists like Jeon T, who cheer her on behind the scenes. But on the other hand, that appreciation is totally in contrast to how the company itself seemed to be managing her career. In 2023, Somi revealed that it takes an entire year for the Black label to produce just one song for her, and that was when the tone around Somi's career shifted. Fans went from being confused to disappointed to outraged and started asking what is actually going on here. Discussions online quickly turned towards the Black label's reputation for spacing out comebacks to a nearly absurd degree. To be fair, some netizens did offer a different perspective. Somi has been busy with fashion gigs, brand endorsements, variety shows, and MC roles, and she might have chosen to focus on building a broad, well-rounded career. But Somi's own words suggest otherwise. In live streams and interviews, she hinted that the waiting game hasn't been her choice. She shared how long it takes just to get a single song finalized, and if you read between the lines, it's clear she has been just as frustrated as her fans. This isn't just about a TikTok comment or a single delay, it's about years of Somi's potential being wasted. Even Reddit threads blew up, not just with support for Somi, but with real questions about the Black label itself. What is this company doing? Why waste an artist like her? At this point, fans aren't asking for world tours or album rollouts. They're asking for the basics: more music, more stages, and a consistent, visible career. Not just Instagram posts and TikToks to keep the brand alive. Not just merch drops and fan meetings with no new music in sight. Fans know Somi isn't the problem and have been pointing their fingers at the Black label. One fan tweeted, "She deserves something fresh, not blank pink leftovers." And that tweet hit harder than ever when Somi finally returned after over a year of silence with a comeback titled Ice Cream. But instead of a much-awaited return, the teaser felt off. The concept leaned childish. The aesthetic was suspiciously familiar and the choreography felt underwhelming. Most of all, it just didn't feel like Somi. Netizens started asking, didn't Blackpink and Selena Gomez already do this back in 2020? And they weren't just referring to the song title. The pastel set design, the bubbly font, the flirty outfits, even the teaser's overall vibe were all eerily reminiscent of Blackpink's own Ice Cream era. The only thing missing was a melting cone and a feature from Selena Gomez. What fans wanted wasn't just another cute concept or another hand-me-down from a different girl group. They wanted a concept that screams Jeon Somi, not Blackpink light. For years, fans had been frustrated asking, why doesn't she even have a lightstick yet? Where's her fandom name? Because at that point, it wasn't just about delays anymore, it was about neglect. So when a sudden wave of announcements dropped, fan meetings, merch, lightsticks, fans were confused. Why now? Why all at once? And more importantly, where's the music? The confusion only grew after Somi replied to a now deleted TikTok comment about her career, sparking a wave of speculation about how she's really doing behind the scenes. At the end of the day, fans just want to see Somi shine on stage in comebacks with the full promotional push she deserves, because Somi has it all: the charisma, the vocals, the visuals, the star power. But without consistent releases, her growth as an artist feels stunted. Some fans think that the recent waves of activities is just damage control, a distraction from the lack of real artistic progression, like, here's a glow stick, just don't ask about the album. Others are more helpful. Maybe this is the start of a new chapter, one where Somi finally gets the consistent promotion, creative input, and musical direction she deserves. Because through all the delays and disappointments, one thing's remained constant: her fans. They have made it clear, if this is the music she wants to make, they'll stand by her. And if she's being forced into delays and concepts that don't reflect her vision, then something has to change. Because right now, it feels like we're watching one of K-pop's brightest stars quietly dim. And that's not just Somi's loss, it's everyone's. But at the end of the day, Somi's path is hers to shape. And if the next chapter gives her the freedom, consistency, and artistry she's been fighting for, then maybe this long wait will have been worth it. And who knows, maybe her biggest moment hasn't happened yet. What do you think? Is Somi being held back by her label? Could her career have been bigger by now if she had had more consistent releases? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to NOONA-K for more.